Happy Tuesday, Pearl.
Young blood made of gold, a mind you can't control.
Yes, we're going to talk about Dane.
Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. If for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. If for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this.
Yes, Cinderella, we played some of it. She shared a video. Very, very heart-touching.
I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go.
Oh my God, y'all. Thank you so much. You did not have to do that. Wow. Thank you, my love. Hey, you can put it in here. Please, thank you, my love. Thank you, single mom. Thank you, my love. Thank you. I know.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be?
Thank you, Irene.
You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown, but we both know how to swim. No worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow.
Thanks, Donna. Yeah, we're gonna talk about
I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
who's ready to wear some pearls.
I'm on my last
Oh,
ride.
thank you, Canadian. Thank you, baby.
And I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. No, the
Do you think our
words you
Canadian
speak
cookie?
mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now.
Y'all ready?
Rewind.
Right at dawn.
Let you go. I need you by my side.
Let's go, pearls.
Big brain, come along with me.
We got a Dane Paulson
Truth you say.
press conference coming in just 20 minutes or so. We'll talk about it.
The search for facts is always new.
Thank you, Holly. Thank you so much, my love. Thank you, Reverend Nikki. Thank you, my love. Appreciate
Classy
you both.
vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the light and share the vibe. Catch those pearls, let's take the ride. Helen here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Spreading truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Catch those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer.
Hey.
Members make the truth so clear.
Bev, brother of the sister.
Every life we live
Aw, yeah,
in the search, we all
very
take
familiar.
part.
Thank you, Butterbit.
Thank you all for
Go right
standing
in.
strong.
Your
Together we
parents,
belong.
your heart.
Hit the light and share the light. Crush those pearls, let's take the
Thank you,
ride.
Panda.
Come in here and spread the
Amen.
cheer.
Thank you, my dear.
Members
Thank
make
you, Laura.
the
Appreciate you,
truth
honey.
so clear.
The pearls were bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong. Together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. My love.
Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars.
Oh, thank you, Coco. Thank you, baby. I love your sister.
We are
Thank you, my
one
love.
in this community.
Aw. Actually, didn't know that, Lori.
Grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. In the night or in the day, girls will light and lead the way. Justin's heart and your support. Together we will hold the fort.
Oh, Smiley, thank you, baby. We love you too. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Very, very much.
Lily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
That's one.
Click play and come along with me. Together
Oh, honey, I
with
hope
the
you feel
truth
better.
see. Got our pearls and our laughter.
Thank you, love.
The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the
Thank you, lady. Thank you, my love. Very kind of you. You thank our beautiful lady.
With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride.
Well, hello, 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 everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very, very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with moi. Today is March 4th, 2025. It is currently 7:24 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, everyone. So good to see you. This is my favorite color as well, especially in this like spring, but I wear it all year round. I don't give a damn. Coral. I love coral. You'll see me in a lot of pinks and corals and all of that. It just looks good during springtime. But I wear a lot of bright clothes even in the wintertime because I live in a very dreary climate in the wintertime. And so I need something to brighten me up a little bit. So thank you so much. Hey Jude, you guys are amazing. Thank you all, truly. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, my love. Really do appreciate you. Um, Dane Paulson, there's going to be a press conference momentarily, just waiting on it to start. As soon as that starts, we will be on it. Um, Hopefully, we'll find out something else, what's going on. This isn't technically a Dane Paulson live, but we do it all here. So that's okay too. Thank you, Hey Jude. Oh, thank you so much. Enjoy the simple things in life. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, my dear. And you know, just I was, just your screen name. Enjoy the simple things in life. The older you get, the more you really do enjoy the simple things in life. Just simple things, the beauty in the simple things, right? Thank you so much. Thanks, Justin, for your kindness and your constantly giving everyone. May many blessings be surround you and yours always. Thank you so much. That is very kind, my friend. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much for your support and those very kind words, my dear. Oh, there we go. Hey, Maria. Good to see you. Thank you, love. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. That's very kind of you, Maria. Thank you so much, my friend. Really a pleasure in seeing you, my love. Really, really do appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, so we're just kind of waiting on I believe it's going to is ICU, is she in chat? Is ICU in chat? Um, like chocolate. Yes, like chocolate. But the problem is with chocolate, the older you get, you know what I mean? But I still like chocolate. I like it, but I'm about to change it. What are you about to change, Raw Beanie? I threw you kisses before Canadian Cookie, but you may have been busy. I throw all of you guys kisses. Um, yeah, seventh, who was that just said that? The Real Me Too, 7:30 for Dane. Yeah. So we got about, I don't know, 3 or 4 more minutes or something like that. Thank you so much, Kiki. I appreciate that. We try to be as uplifting as possible in a very, you know, kind of can be kind of depressing genre. You know what I mean? We gotta keep each other solid, right? Even during those moments, for sure. Um, Guys, mods, please make sure I sing happy birthday to Holly and others birthday songs. Last night I watched Brandy, and when I watched Brandy, it just broke my heart. It really just broke my heart. So there was that. I just couldn't do it last night. apologize for that. Thank you, Coco Hunt. That's the next good matter. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Everyone. KK, she said, Sebastian, you know, and then she said, and even other kids maybe deserve it even more. I'm like, how could you think that? I mean, all kids do, yes, but more? I don't know about that. So there's that. Thank you, Coco. Thank you, Julie. Really do appreciate you. Welcome, my dear. So good to see you. Hope you are well, Miss Julie. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate you, my friend. And oh, hey, Misty. Good to see you. Thank you, my love. Love my Justin and Pearls. Thank you so much, my dear. Good to see you. Hope you are well. Oh, my goodness, y'all. Y'all are something else. Thank you. Thank you so much, Angel. You look and sound better, love. May love and prayer keep you and bring help you and happy. God bless you. Thank you so much, Angel. I really, really do appreciate that. Uh, trying to make amends. I was not feeling good that one day for sure. Really not feeling good, but we're on the mend. Thank you so much, my dear. Really, really do appreciate that. Beautiful angel. There's Ginger. Hey, Ginger. Enjoy the little things in life. Well, one day you may look back and realize they were big things. Are big, yes. And that's the truth. That is the truth. I've worked in funeral homes and I've worked in hospice, and I can tell you this. Everyone, well, not so much in the funeral homes, but talking to their families, it's always the little things that we remember. It's the little things that we remember, those little moments that we had with our loved ones, our friends, our family, all of that. So, KATU. Okay. So it's that KATU. Let me pull this up, guys. 1 second. Pulling something up. Oh, no. Go back. KATU. Okay. Professor is coming. I just put it in the title as well. Here we go. Kind of just waiting on this. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you, love. Really do appreciate you. I appreciate you, honey. Very kind of you. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. Thank you, Witchy. 7 months, my love. Ooh, 7 months. It's gone by fast. Yes, it really does. Life is quick in its own, right? It really is. All right. Let's pray some good news.
Good evening, and thank you for being here for our community update on the search for Dane Paulson.
Good to see you, Alex.
I'm Jess Palma, the Public Information Officer for the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office, and today I'm joined by Sheriff Adam Shanks and Sergeant Jason Spano. Before we begin, please take this time to silence any cell phones, radios, or other devices that may cause a disturbance. After our speakers share their statements, there will be time for some questions from members of the media. In just a moment, I will hand this over to Sheriff Shanks, but first I will provide some updates on the ongoing search for Dane. Before I begin, I need to recognize how difficult this has been on Dane's family, especially his parents, Shamet and Aaron. The pain and tragedy that they are facing is unimaginable. Our teams and supporting agencies have been working to find Dane, and our hearts are heavy. I would also like to thank our community for your continued support and concern as we work diligently to bring Dane home. We understand the deep impact this situation has on his family and our community, and we are committed to finding answers. Despite intense search and rescue efforts in the surrounding area and waterways, as well as investigations following up on community tips, Dane has not yet been located. Our teams, search and rescue, mounted posse, and partnering agencies, as well as community volunteers, have thoroughly searched the local area. The search has utilized every tool we've been able to employ, including but not limited to additional personnel and volunteers, drones, canines, thermal imaging, night vision, watercraft, divers, and more. These tools have enabled us to cover more ground in a shorter time frame and have enabled us to better access hard-to-reach terrain. Lincoln County communities have shown their support by helping search, sharing official updates, reporting tips, and offering food or other accommodations to responders. Over the last 72 hours, searchers have covered over 682 acres and 341 walking miles. Over 2 river miles have been thoroughly searched by divers. At least 195 leads and tips have been investigated. This investigation is still very active and remains a priority for our team and communities. We want to bring Dane home. Our communities continue to ask for ways they can support Dane's family. Right now, they just want their son back. If you have information related to Dane's disappearance, we ask that you report it to the tip line at 541-265-0669. When sharing information that may help us bring Dane home, be as specific as possible. Note the time, exact location, and get clear photos or videos when possible. Although community volunteers are no longer officially being organized at the volunteer staging area, they may choose to continue to search for Dane on their own. We respectfully remind our community, if they are choosing to continue the search, to keep safety in mind. Avoid searching at night and avoid private property without updated permission from the landowner. As more information becomes available, we will continue to share updates on our Flash Alert page and Facebook. Now I will invite Sheriff Shanks to share his statement.
Good evening. I am Sheriff Adam Shanks. Dane's disappearance is absolutely heartbreaking. His family is experiencing unimaginable pain. As a parent myself, my heart is broken just seeing what they are going through. Our teams and supporting agencies have held this search close to our hearts. On behalf of all responding agencies and community volunteers, I want to express sincere empathy and compassion. I would also like to recognize and thank our community for your continued support and concern as we work to locate Dane. We understand the deep impact that situation has on his family and our community. We are committed to finding answers. I want to thank our communities for doing what they do best during this search, which is coming together to support each other. Over 200 community members throughout our county, across the state, and even surrounding states have responded to help by reporting to the volunteer staging area. This effectively helped us cover the local area faster than would have otherwise been possible. Our communities also have helped by sharing official updates from our page, which helped keep others informed and on the lookout. You've also not hesitated to call in tips that might help us bring Dane home. We know this is a difficult time for Dane's family, and we are doing everything we can to bring him home. From the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of Dane's family, thank you for all you have done. However, we are not finished. I will now invite Sergeant Jason Spano to provide an update on anticipated next steps for the search of Dane.
This is very strange. Very strange.
Good evening. I am Sergeant
It's
Jason
sad.
Spano. I know our entire community has been affected by Dane's disappearance, and our hearts are with his family while we work to bring him home. In addition to community members, Highly trained personnel, search canines, and specialized equipment have thoroughly covered the local area. This includes ground, water, and air searches. Based on the information from search efforts and following up on tips, we will now be concentrating on a very focused area. So far, the evidence available indicates Dane was at the river's edge before his disappearance. Because of this, we will be focusing the majority of our ongoing resources on searching the Siletz River. We are using drones, divers, watercraft, canines, and even a sign cutter to thoroughly cover the area. A sign cutter is a highly trained individual on tracking techniques that involve finding and following signs left behind by people or animals. The terrain in our overall search area includes surrounding property, forested rough terrain, the Siletz River, and riverbanks. Due to a thorough search and comprehension of these areas, search operations will now be focusing on a more concentrated area, highlighting the Siletz River. Although the land within the search area has been thoroughly combed, we cannot 100% guarantee that these areas are clear. With thick, rough terrain, it is possible to miss locating a person, especially a small child, hidden by thick brush or other visual impairments, even with specialized equipment and search canines. Official watercraft and divers are concentrating on thoroughly searching the river. We hope to bring Dane home soon. As the sheriff and Jess have both said, this search is ongoing and we are working to bring Dane back to his family.
We will now be taking a few related questions from members of the media. Please raise your hand, wait to be called on, and state your first and last name as well as your organization.
Shelby Slaughter, KT News. We say River's Edge, which sounds very specific, but then we also say for people to call in and be as specific as possible. So is there any reason to believe that Dane may have been taken at the River's Edge?
We do not have any evidence to suggest that there was an abduction or any criminal activity in this case.
Fedor's with the Oregonian. So, what is the evidence that he was near the river's edge for his disappearance?
Like I said, we've used the canines and we've used sign cutter as well. There is some impressions down there, but beyond that, that's what we've got so far.
Steve Carlin, County Leader. What's the visibility like for the divers? Is that pretty difficult for them to see things underwater?
It's difficult, but I'm being told it's 4 to 5 feet, which is relatively good for what I'm being told on the rivers.
Did you have a question?
Yes, I think you mentioned that you're not more now.
Yeah, we're at 72 hours now. We have not discussed when we will stop searching. As far as, we're going to go until we have decided that we've covered everything we can cover.
Looking at the square mileage covered, you said 2 miles of waterway, is that correct?
At least 2 miles of the Siletz River has been covered by divers.
And so going forward, are you going to refocus on that 2 miles or move downstream?
We'll probably do a combination of both. The divers we've had a lot of support from outside agencies with the dive teams, and they have done a very good job for us, and we appreciate them. But they are, obviously it's very physically challenging to be diving in a river. The river is very fast right now. So they will be back and continue to work for us. And it's up to them and the search and rescue people. They're the experts, and they will decide what they're going to focus on.
So is the ground search finished?
No, we have not concluded the ground search, no.
Okay, and how does the scale change? I mean, it sounds like you're saying like you're focusing on the river. How does that affect the ground search?
The ground search will continue. It may or may not be scaled back, but it's continuing until we have decided we've covered enough ground. But we are focusing the resources we have and the search area to the river and the river's edge as well.
Going back to your resources, just how many different agencies have been going in and out of the river?
We have had
There's a question over
13 divers, and they span from all over the state. I will miss somebody if I name them all, but several sheriff's offices have sent diver teams to us.
Two-parter. Have you found any of Dane's clothing in your search? And two, when you say he was near the riverbank before he disappeared, was he near the riverbank by his home, or had he wandered off?
Let's see. So the first question is no, we have not found any clothing.
Okay.
The second question is he was relatively near his home, correct?
Okay.
We'll take our last question.
You said you were suspending.
What did they say right there?
Your search. This is obviously a big community interest. There's a large crowd here. What is your advice to folks
That's what I'm wondering.
who are here that want to help continue the search?
So the organization, as far as staging volunteers here at this park where we all are today, is no longer being actively maintained because there are other priorities with not priorities, there are other commitments that those volunteers have that they have to fulfill on their own. If the community chooses to continue to search on their own, again, keeping safety in mind, this is a rough forested terrain, right? The water can be dangerous. It is still very cold. Keep your own safety in mind. Do not search after dark. Again, low visibility, your basic regular awareness as far as being outdoors in the wilderness. And then a big reminder about private property. We don't have permission to be on other people's property. So keeping in mind, you need permission to be there if you're searching.
What's the water count?
This concludes our community update. Thank you again for your assistance and support throughout search efforts. For more information and updates on the search for Dane, continue to follow our Flash Alert page, which is flashalert.net/ID/LCSO.
Sorry, she asked
Thank
what the
you.
water temperature was. Do you guys know that?
Between 44 and 46 degrees.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Well, this is really, really sad, y'all. It sounds like they are in recovery mode.
Sorry, I wanted to get that for you.
Yeah, it sounds like they are in recovery mode at the moment.
And wait to be.
I want to just go over something right here.
Down there.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're at 72 hours now. We have not discussed when we will stop searching. As far as we're going to go until we have decided that we've covered everything we can cover.
You see how he uses that? He actually said recovered. Man. Obviously there's nothing of any sort of foul play here, which, thank God. It's bad enough that this is a horrible accident, mistake, if you will. Just extremely, extremely sad. They are going to continue. I don't think that they are doing any more as far as volunteer recoveries. The area had a lot more rain recently. This is Oregon. It's a rainforest. and it's a very, very wet time of year. And you know, my heart really goes out to the parents uh, for this, what appears to be a very, very great loss. Dane was outside alone, and you know, I'm not going to really discuss on that because I just don't feel like there's anyone that's beating themselves up more than themselves. You know what I mean? You know, you just don't know. I don't know. I'm just not. And I just hope I hope he's found. And you know, I wonder if the reason they're not having any other volunteers do that right now is because they don't want volunteers to find him. Perhaps um was there a little dog with the guy? There I did hear there was a dog at the family's. I think it was a pit bull. I don't know, you know, if this, but he said something. You can tell that they're very
There was
upset.
an abduction or any criminal activity in this case.
Hold on.
Rated area.
Let
On
me find.
anticipated next steps for the search.
Right here, I think it is.
Good evening. I am Sergeant Jason Spano. I know our entire community has been affected by Dane's disappearance, and our hearts are with his family.
That's what I heard too, but everyone kept saying pit
In
bull.
addition to community members,
It
highly
wasn't
trained
Belinda.
personnel, search canines, and specialized equipment have thoroughly covered the local area.
They had
This
a
includes
fence, from
ground,
what I
water,
understand.
and air searches. Based on the information from search efforts and following up on tips, we will now be concentrating on a very focused area. So far, the evidence available indicates Dane was at the river's edge before his disappearance.
Okay, so that's a very, very important part right there, right? We are now focusing on specific areas, and the evidence shows that Dane was at the river's edge before his disappearance. You know, and that's true, Smiley. Everything sometimes someone once told me, and it's always kind of stuck in my head. Everything is not someone's fault all the time. Some things happen. Now, I'm not saying this is, but I'm just saying sometimes, and some things can't be fixed. They just can't. Uh, most things can be, you know, fixed or remedied, but some things can't.
Because of this, we will be focusing the majority of our ongoing resources on searching the Siletz River. We are using drones, divers, watercraft, canines, and even a sign cutter to thoroughly cover the area.
Okay, when they're saying, I know you guys had questions about that. A sign cutter. I don't know what that is. What is a sign cutter? Uh, okay. U.S. Border Patrol identify and track movement of personnel within a given area. This highly specialized tracking skill is known as sign cutting. We learned something today, folks. Tracking people that do not want to be found is nearly impossible task without proper training, and it is extremely difficult even with training. The Homeland Security hires, you know, these type of people?
A sign cutter is a highly trained individual on tracking techniques that involve finding
There we
and
go.
following signs
didn't know
left
they said that.
behind by people or animals.
That's why we listened to it twice.
The terrain in our overall search area includes surrounding property, forested rough terrain, the Surratt's River, and riverbanks. Due to a thorough search and comprehension of these areas, search operations will now be focusing on a more concentrated area, highlighting the Siletz River. Although the land within the search area has been thoroughly combed, we cannot 100% guarantee that these areas are clear. With thick, rough terrain, it is possible to miss locating a person, especially a small child, hidden by thick brush or other visual impairments, even with specialized equipment and search canines. Official watercraft and divers are concentrating on thoroughly searching the river. We hope to bring Dane home soon. As the sheriff and Jess have both said, this search is ongoing, and we are working to bring Dane back to his family.
You can never, ever, ever, ever be too cautious with little ones. When I had little ones, I had more gates, alarms, locks in my house than, probably some jails or whatever. You cannot ever, ever, ever be too safe. If they get out the door, everyone has dangers around them, whether it's the road, a creek, a pond, a dog, an animal, something. There is something out there. So please, please, please.
We will now be taking a few related questions from members of the media. Please raise your hand, wait to be called on, and state your first and last name as well as your organization.
Shelby Slaughter, KT News. We say River's Edge, which sounds very specific, but then we also say for people to call in and be as specific
I'll
as
show y'all
possible.
where
So
we live.
is there any reason to believe that Dane may have been taken at the River's Edge?
We do not have any evidence to suggest that there was an abduction or any criminal activity in this case.
The doors are ended with the Oregonian. So
Oh, I've got something for y'all. I'll show you.
the River's Edge.
Like I said, we've used the canines and we've used sign cutter as well. There is some impressions down there, but beyond that, that's what we've got so far.
Steve Carr, Lady County leader, what's the visibility like for the divers? Is that pretty difficult for them to see things underwater?
It's difficult, but I'm being told it's 4 to 5 feet, which is relatively good for what I'm being told on the rivers.
Did you have a question?
Yes, I think you mentioned that you're not more now.
Yeah, we're at 72 hours now. We have not discussed when we will stop searching. As far as we're going to go until we have decided that we've covered everything we can cover.
Looking at the square mileage covered, you said 2 miles of waterway, is that correct?
At least 2 miles of the Siletz River has been covered by divers.
And so going forward, are you going to refocus on that 2 miles or move downstream?
We'll probably do a combination of both. The divers we've had a lot of support from outside agencies with the dive teams, and they have done a very good job for us, and we appreciate them. But they are, obviously it's very physically challenging to be diving in a river. The river is very fast right now. So they will be back and continue to work for us. And it's up to them and the search and rescue people. They're the experts, and they will decide what they're going to focus on.
Trying to find something.
We're finished?
No, we have not concluded the ground search. No.
Okay. And how does the scale change? I mean, it sounds like you're saying like you're focusing on the river. How does that affect the ground search?
The ground search will continue. It may or may not be scaled back, but it's continuing until we have decided we've covered enough ground. But we are focusing the resources we have and the search area to the river and the river's edge as well.
Going back to your research, just how many different agencies are have been going in and out of the river and diving?
We have had
There's a question over
13 divers, and they span from all over the state. I will miss somebody if I named them all, but several sheriff's offices have sent diver teams.
Two-parter. Have you found any of Dane's clothing in your search? And two, when you say he was near the riverbank before he disappeared, was he near the riverbank by his home, or had he wandered off?
Let's see. So the first question is no, we have not found any clothing.
Okay.
The second question is he was relatively near his home, correct?
Okay.
We'll take our last question.
You said you were suspending organizing the volunteer search. This is obviously a big community interest. There's a large crowd here. What is your advice to folks who are here that want to help continue the search?
So the organization, as far as staging volunteers here at this park where we all are today, is no longer being actively maintained because there are other priorities with not priorities. There are other commitments that those volunteers have that they have to fulfill on their own. If the community chooses to continue to search on their own, again, keeping safety in mind. This is a rough forested terrain, right? The water can be dangerous. It is still very cold. Keep your own safety in mind. Do not search after dark. Again, low visibility. Your
And let me
basic
show you
regular
this.
awareness as far as being outdoors in the wilderness.
All
And
right.
then
Let me show you this real quick. Look at this area. I mean, it is. I mean, this was 7 hours ago. It's still wet. You know what I mean? Like it's, this part of the country, it rains all the time. Right? Like all of the time. And so it's just one of those things. They're doing every app. God, that's so sad, man. This little boy, man. I mean, you can tell it's cold. It's icicles on the trees, all of that, and they're doing any and everything they can to find Dane. And let's pray that something, there until we know, let's pray for a miracle. Let's pray that he's just out there waiting for someone. They do sound like they are in recovery mode, but until we know, we don't know, right? Let me show you the forest as well. Look how thick this is. I mean, we're talking redwood type forest, right? Redwood type forest. This is thick. They are getting those atmospheric rivers for the longest time up there. Lots of rain. 28 in snow. And I mean, that's thick. Very thick. God bless all of these searchers out here. It's sounds like they are, I'm sure that they've done some math and kind of have an idea of how far he could be downstream. This photo always struck me. because right here is Dane's house, and people are literally lining the road and the bridge up there, which is where the river is. It's just a swamp, more or less. I mean, look at this. Look at the sky there. I know his family are extremely grateful. Um, just can't imagine. Really, just cannot imagine right now what they're going through. Let me show you Google Earth here. It's cloudy and gloomy always. Yeah. Um, they say it the last time I was in Seattle, they say it rains in Seattle every day. I was in there in July or August, and it didn't rain one time in Seattle. When I was there, I was like, "What?" But this is the area that we're looking at here. Let me make it bigger for y'all. There we go. And this is Dane's house. This is, from what I understand, Grandpa's house. It's quite far away from each other. It's the same property, but here is the river. Here's the river. And there's the bridge, and this is what we was just looking at. We was looking at kind of in this area a little bit ago. We come down, well, let me, you know what? I want to go back. I want to look at something. Let's measure something. Let's say here to here. Length that we're going to do, let's do feet. 143 feet. That's nothing. That's really nothing. 143 feet. To get to the side. I mean, if he was out there alone, I think they're saying like 15 or 20 minutes, allegedly. I mean, you can get, a kid can get really far in 15 minutes. What is the drop off? From what I've heard, the drop off can be as high as like 50 feet from the top. Hey, sped teacher, good to see you, honey. So that's really sad. I really hate that. What is this? Elks 1664 Taki campgrounds. Okay, there's a campground over here. That's interesting. Okay. So, but we'll go down here and look. And this is, this is Dane's home and the family. It happened on a Saturday. Yeah, it does paper. It drops right off into the water. It happened on a Saturday. I wonder, like, were the other kids? It was supposed to be. It was, from what you guys have told me locally, that it was a beautiful day that day. I think it may be close to the 60-degree mark, sunny. So, people are naturally outside. For those of us this time of year, anytime it's above 50, we're outside. We really soak up those 50 and 60-degree days. So, and this is, you're right. You shouldn't leave a 2-year-old alone at all. But we're here now, and I feel really, really bad for the parents, because I know, they got to live with that. And, they're very busy people. They own a restaurant, have kids. It seems like she's taking care of an elderly family member, making, cooking food and all that. And things happen. You just don't know someone's state of mind at the time, what they were going through. And so I'm sure we'll learn more. No, Susan, no, I think she has at least 3 or 4 children. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong on that, chat. Um, any of the locals know. But here's, this is the bridge, and this is clearly sometimes in the spring or summer. And I don't know how. Does anyone know what is this called? The Shillets? How do you pronounce it? Shiltz River. Silletz. Siletz River. Okay. Let's see what. It's 67 miles long, the Silletz River. 67 miles long to the Pacific Ocean through coastal mountains in the U.S. state of Oregon, formed. Where was it? Formed by the confluence of its north and south forks near Valsitz in Polk County. It winds through the Central Oregon Coast Range, the river draining a watershed of 373 square miles, empties into the Silletz Bay, south of Lincoln County in Lincoln County. Although the river may travels 67 miles in river miles, its winding course begins only about 20 miles east of the ocean, and its mouth and source latitudes are almost identical. Hold on one second. That's very strange. Look at this, guys. It almost looks like this picture was taken here. You see this right here? You see like the trees and all of that. Notice this section right here. And if you go to Google, or not Google, Wikipedia, and look at the Silletz River, it almost looks like it was taken from that bridge, the picture of the Silletz River, doesn't it? It might, that picture may have actually been taken from that bridge. Who knows? It's so bizarre. Kind of haunting, really. Kind of haunting for sure. But yeah, it's very interesting. Just trying to see if there's anything else. It flows about 1,500 cubic feet per second. This is from a drainage area 202 miles, or about 54% of the total Silletz River watershed. The maximum flow record was 53,800 cubic feet per second. Damn, that was in 1999. So there we go. Very sad. Very, very sad. They do. And it's like, just like having a pool or anything when you have little ones, make sure you've got alarms. They've got alarms if you like jump in the water, like if there's a splash, it will alarm. It'll set off a big alarm and you can hear it. Get one for your pool. If you've got grandkids, pets, anything, just get one. You can buy them on Amazon. Very sad. Look in both pictures how rough the water looks in one section. Yeah, there's deeper areas. I'm already teaching my grandson to float in the bathtub. Yeah, that's right. I need to thank some of y'all. Y'all have been very, very good to me. Dog Mama for Life, thank you so very much, my dear. Really, really do appreciate. Thank you so much, Dog Mama for Life. I really do appreciate you. That means a lot. It really does. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. And thank you for being a member here on the Pearl family as well. So good to see you, my love. Kimberly, thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you, my love. Thank you so much. Hope you are well, Miss Kim. Thank you, love. Hobo, thank you, my love. Appreciate you. Justin, speaking of chocolate, my dear poop was a hit for the baby shower. Was it? Sunday. Love you, Justin and Pearl family. Hobo, the other day we were live and she said, Justin, I'm making deer poop. And I was like, what? So she was making a recipe called deer poop for the baby shower. So she's telling me it was a hit. Thank you, Hobo. It's very funny. Appreciate you, love. Thank you for being a member as well. Thank you, Linda. Really do appreciate you. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, beautiful Linda. Really do appreciate your support, my dear. Hope you are well. Good to see you, my friend. Casey, thank you, my friend. Good to see you, honey. Love and appreciate you. Much love to you, Miss Casey. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Okay, we got Serenity. Hey, Serenity. I am playing catch up on your live. I live south of Seattle, and we get a couple of months of no rain. LOL. Well, really, that's interesting. It's it just depends on where you live. There's rainy seasons and there's dry seasons and all of that. So yeah, we'll keep we'll keep an update on that. We'll continue to follow it. I pray that a miracle is still out there. And well, let me play this. I forgot I was going to play this. I don't know what this is, but I was going to play it.
Again, where the search
before we
continues for a missing 2-year-old boy. Dane Paulsen was last seen Saturday in the front yard of his family's home. Crews are now searching the surrounding area and nearby river in hopes of finding him safe and alive. Deputies say he is friendly and fearless. He loves water, but he can't swim. And they say at this time there's no evidence to suggest criminal actions are involved.
Friendly and fearless. You know what I mean? A lot of boys, especially boys, they think it's breaks my heart, man.
Dozens of search and rescue members have been joined by volunteers looking for this little boy. The search effort has already covered nearly 400 acres.
Been physically hard, but nothing compared to what the family's going through. And our hearts go out to them. And the community has just stepped up so much. We've never really had anything like that this close to home.
Yeah, seems like a tight-knit little community, you know what I mean?
Well, officials say the boy was last seen wearing a gray fuzzy hoodie with ears, blue and white shoes, and black pants. He has brown hair and green eyes, and just praying that they find him.
All right. All right, so, oh wait, what am I doing? Okay. Very, very sad. Hate that. I really, really hate that. Okay, guys. Well, now we're going sad. It sounds like the common fearless and curious little boy. Yep, that's exactly right, Becca. That's exactly right, Becca. And if he's got a coat on, coats are generally a heavy material and it gets wet, that will hold you down too. What is it you can drown in just a couple inches of water? It's especially for, little kids. Moving on to the Sebastian Rogers case. Sebastian Rogers still missing, and someone's knows where he is. They certainly do. He didn't walk off by himself, in my opinion. Although you can have yours, I just don't see it. Want to go over a few different things. Bear with me. Where was this? Okay, that was Brandy from yesterday. Just trying to clear out some things here. I want to go over. Oh, this is what I want to do first. Kelsey. Is Kelsey in here? I think this was one of something that she did in school. She wrote, or a professor or something. I don't know who it was, but I want to read it because this is talking about the prayer that Seth did. You guys know I normally don't ever reply or anything to the literally nonsense of people, but this she shared with me and also asked if I would share it, so I did. I do want to share this. Actually, in the state of Virginia, you have to have a pool. If you have a pool outside, every door that links to the outside before you can pass the inspection. Oh, that's good. You have to have alarm on the doors. That's good. That's good. I had they make these alarms when, like, if you touch the doorknob, it will go off. Just touching the doorknob, beep, it'll go off. They had a good about the prayer last night. The prayers follows the Old Testament tradition of calling on God's justice, much like the prophets and psalmists did. Throughout Scripture, people cried out for the truth to be revealed, for the oppressed to be freed, which was very similar to what Seth was speaking about. It's about justice and about revealing truth, which is what everyone should want for Sebastian. For the oppressed to be freed and for evil to be exposed. The language of their prayer reflects the same urgency, asking for divine intervention, protection for Sebastian, and for those responsible to be held accountable. This is not a call for vengeance, but a plea for truth and justice. There is also confusion about the mention of Samuel. In some Jewish and mystical traditions, Samuel is not a figure of evil, but an angel of divine justice who carries out God's will. Many religious texts describe him as an enforcer of judgment, similar to how Michael, the archangel, is seen as the protector of Gabriel as a messenger. The prayer did not worship Samuel or call upon him outside of God's authority. It simply invoked him as a servant of God, much like someone might ask for the intercession of Michael or Gabriel, also known as Jibrail. Okay. Oops, wrong one again. There we go. Let me pop the other one up here. The purpose of the prayer was clear: to ask for Sebastian's safety, for deception to be exposed, and for those responsible to face accountability. These are all biblical themes that align with passages like Isaiah 58:6, which speaks about freeing the oppressed, and Psalms 68:1, which calls for God's enemies to be scattered. The Bible consistently affirms that God brings hidden things into the light and the truth will always prevail. Amen. Some people are misrepresenting this prayer because they assume that any mention of Samuel is automatically linked to Satan. But that is not the case. In Jewish tradition, Samuel was seen as working under God's command, not against him. The real issue is not the prayer itself, but the effort it twists it into something that it is not. Instead of focusing on theological debates, the priority should be finding Sebastian and seeking justice for him. The prayer was never destruction or cursing anyone. It was about truth, justice, and let me see here if I've got, I think she only sent me 2 parts. Let me just make sure. Truth, justice, and protection. The same thing believers have prayed for throughout history. Those who are attacking this prayer should consider whether their focus is on truth or in creating a distraction. God sees everything, and no amount of deception will prevent justice from coming. Kelsey said, I emailed this. I emailed my old theology professor about the prayer, etc., and his response. Okay, this was the response of Kelsey's old theology. So let's give a shout out to Miss Kelsey and her old professor. Thank you so much for that. Very good. So there you have it. Amazes me that people would rather pervert a father's prayer for their missing child than actually saying, you know, we'll pray for you as well. We'll pray for Sebastian. We'll pray for the whole situation. I just amazing. So I wanted to share that. Thank you, Kelsey, for that. I really do appreciate you. Butterfly, thank you so much for renewing your membership, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, my love. I really do appreciate it. A major theme in Judaism is justice. Justice you shall pursue. Yep. Judaism is about law, order, what is just, what is unjust. That is, the Torah. Okay. So moving right along here. Oh, no, I'll wait for that for later. Okay. So I want to go over a little bit of, because you guys have several of you have texted me about this today, emailed me about this. I'm working, to get back to catch up on some of my emails. But before I do that, I just remembered there is a couple things that aired, and I want to play this. Here we go.
Sebastian Rogers went missing from his Hendersonville home. Today, there is a vigil to honor his life. Sebastian's mother tells investigators that on February 25th, he went to bed and was gone by morning. A vigil for Sebastian will be held at the Celebration of Life Church in Hendersonville. It's happening at 2 p.m. And despite how long he's been missing, his family says they have hope Sebastian will be found alive.
Every time my phone rings, every time I get a phone call from somebody, I'm just hoping that I'm getting that phone call with them telling me that they found my son.
If you have information about Sebastian's whereabouts, you can call the Sumner County Sheriff's Office or 1-800-TBI-FIND. The Sheriff's Office says this is still an active investigation.
Oh, I haven't seen this one. I have not seen this one with Terry Lynn. I have not seen this one with Terry Lynn. Have y'all seen this?
Today, 18-year-old boy with the search continues to capture the hearts of Middle Tennesseans, including a Goodlettsville woman.
Terry Williams works on the Sebastian Rogers disappearance case every day of her life. She's not related to the boy, but she's been devastated by what happened and decided she had to do something about it.
Signs are on the ground.
Terry Lynn Williams has searched for Sebastian Rogers nearly 200 times in the past year, through every environment possible, in creeks, in the woods, in the dead of night, in business parking lots, everywhere and anywhere, relentless.
I'm a mom. And as a mom, I can't say what any other mom will do or would do.
Me too, Ollie.
When a kid, when it's that close and you feel like it's just something, it's your community. This isn't my home. You know, I grew up in Hendersonville. I went to Beach. I graduated from Beach High School. That hits home. He's not my child. He's not. But he deserves to be found and looked for. He deserves that.
Williams marks every search site with a big green ribbon. It's Sebastian's favorite color, and it's now hanging in unlikely places all over Sumner County. Terry has also made and put up 300 signs donated by a local sign maker and passed out 6,000 flyers. It is, by all accounts, above and beyond what anyone could ever expect or even imagine.
It was just like they just dissipated it, and they were probably searching other ways, but and I can't say that for sure. I just knew that I wasn't going to stop. I made a promise. And if I promise a child something, I'm not going to stop.
Williams still keeps a blanket out on her front porch to remind her that if Sebastian is alive, he might be cold or uncomfortable, even though the most optimistic people have little hope that Sebastian is still alive.
I still have hope. I still have that hope, but I'm not going to stop searching.
In fact, she has another big round of searches planned in the upcoming weeks and hopes this will help renew interest in this cold and depressing case.
Oh, I would love to see a community come together, really come together. Stop all the conspiracies. Let's just put all that to the side. Why not plan a search once a month?
Terry has 19,000 followers on her YouTube page, all about the Sebastian Rogers case. She would love some company on these upcoming searches. You can find her on YouTube at Terry Lynn. I'm Dennis Ferrier, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
That's nice. That's very nice. Very, very nice. We saw this, right? This is.
He wasn't there. He wasn't in his bed.
Katie says
Katie says she frantically
searched the house and drove around the neighborhood at 6:30 a.m. until.
When did she start saying 6:30? after we started saying, oh, something's wrong here. Something's wrong here. Because it was 6:03. It was 6:03, wasn't it? Yeah. That's what it was. Is that Katie? Is that KK? Yes, 6:30. Notice how she changed that after we started talking about that about a week or two before this interview. And now it's 6:30.
His room, and he wasn't there.
She always speaks. She always speaks in that pattern. He wasn't there. She looks up.
Wasn't in his bed.
Katie says she frantically searched the house and drove around the neighborhood at 6:30 a.m. until she and Sebastian's stepfather,
3 minutes?
who says he was away for work at the time, called police.
We need you.
Notice how the news says how his stepfather says he was at work at the time. Not he was at work at the time. He says he was at work at the time. Oh, honey, it's changed. It has changed so much.
To search your properties every day.
But an Amber Alert and an extensive week-long search didn't yield one significant lead or even a glimpse of the boy on any doorbell cam video. Days later, investigators combed through a landfill 2 hours away, still saying they had found nothing.
There is no evidence to support foul play is involved in the disappearance of Sebastian.
But at this point, you don't rule it out.
We're not ruling anything out.
For the next year, any activity involving Sebastian's case would fuel droves of online followers and even a restraining order against one YouTuber.
There were quite a bit of people that were, sending some very threatening and hateful messages to us.
What would you say to those people?
Just stop.
Oh my God. Whatever.
Fox 17 News sent the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, the lead agency in the investigation, a list of questions in anticipation of this story, including asking if there are any new lead. Sent the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, the lead agency in the investigation, a list.
Okay. So, is that? They're looking up under. That's not Edgar's home in KK's, I don't think. I'm almost certain it's not. Let me just make sure. It's probably under someone else's home because they said check underneath your homes and stuff. Right. Let me just make sure. Looking at something here real quick. Nope, that's not theirs. Nope. It's more of a long door. Nope, it's not. Theirs is, let me show you. Theirs is more. Theirs is a long door, right? And there's all kinds of bushes and trees out. Also, this right here, I think it's a magnolia tree. And it is always green. It's an evergreen. It doesn't lose its leaves. Nope, it's not. It's not. See, it's not. They are They're putting a grass here, wherever this was.
Of questions in anticipation of this story, including asking if there are any new leads, what kind of evidence detectives have vetted, and if investigators still believe there is no indication of foul play. Sheriff Eric Craddock responded in an email saying, "This is an active and ongoing investigation. We continue to work with our state and federal partners. We will continue to seek a resolution in this case."
What do you believe happened to Sebastian?
Unfortunately,
What do you mean? You said he walked out the door.
over the last year, I have thought every single day, night, every moment of every possibility of something that could happen to him, where he could have gone, if he had gone with someone, if someone took him.
She won't look anybody in the eye right there when she's talking, will she?
Willingly, unwillingly, if he'd run away and got lost, if he'd a million different things. And unfortunately,
Very, very generic answer. Unfortunately.
Partners, we continue to seek a resolution in this case.
We continue to seek a resolution in this case.
What do you believe
Amen.
happened to Sebastian?
unfortunately, over the last year, I have thought
Hold on.
every single day, night, every moment of every possibility of something that could happen to him, where he could have gone, if he had gone with someone, if someone took him willingly, unwillingly, if he'd run away and got lost, if he'd a million different things. And unfortunately, I don't know.
But Katie and a private investigator she retained believe this piece of surveillance video taken the night that Sebastian went missing could be a lead in the case.
1217, a couple
perhaps
100 yards away, there's a figure.
The Sumner County Sheriff said the video has no relevance to the case, but the Proudfoots aren't dismissing it until the identity of the person is confirmed by investigators. Unfortunately,
Go back to that.
Said the video has no relevance to the case, but the Sumner County Sheriff said the video has no relevance to the case, but the Proudfoots.
That doesn't even look like a human. That does not even look like a human being. Look at that.
The Sumner County Sheriff said the video has no relevance to the case, but the Proudfoots aren't.
It's right there, right now. That doesn't even look like a human. It's weird. Have y'all went back and listened to all the YouTube interviews? If you put headset on, you can hear someone whisper. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Aren't dismissing it until the identity of the person is confirmed by investigators.
Look at that. It's a blob.
But the Proudfoots aren't dismissing it until the identity of the person is confirmed by investigators. Unfortunately, any possible break in Sebastian's case has gone nowhere.
No child goes poof. He's somewhere.
Sebastian's father, Seth Rogers, has also endured a year without his son.
Sebastian, son.
Seth brought in a team offering their own reward of $347,000. That's on top of the FBI's $50,000 reward.
To stop looking is to give up hope.
Hope that's still evident among volunteer searchers.
I'm not going to stop.
Missing signs and ribbons in Sebastian's favorite color.
And God, right now we're seeking you to reveal the truth to us.
Katie says detectives searching for that truth left no question unasked.
Lie detectors.
Yes.
For yourself
and my husband.
Which Katie says they passed. We don't know what investigators say about the test, but Katie says they have searched her home.
Thoroughly, many times. Cadavers, searchers.
What do police tell you at this point? What do they think?
unfortunately, that they have zero evidence.
Zero trace of the boy with a smile that's imprinted on countless hearts, especially, Katie says, on her own.
I would just like to tell my son that I love him and to know that we are.
1 second. Where's the... Damn, 1 second. And what is the hell? I put these subtitles. Font, color. Okay. Why is it not brighten up? Give me a second. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to... Okay, font size. Okay, there we go. I want to hear something.
That I love him, and I would just like to tell my son that I love him and to know that we are never going to stop searching.
So a lost smile can be found.
Could you maybe start?
For that.
But Sebastian, who has autism, hasn't been home since February of last year. After dinner at the Texas Roadhouse on the 25th, Katie says she and her son went home.
Did
gotta
anything
show you
happen
something.
the night he went missing that was like caused him to run away? Was he punished in
You
any
guys
way?
wanna
An
see
argument? Just a normal night?
It was a normal night. It was a calm night.
That turned to
I mean, are some nights not calm? Are some nights not calm? Y'all want to? We'll come back to that, but I want to show you something here. Someone just sent this to me.
Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 5. I'm Bob Mueller, and who wanted first on News 2?
Just watch this.
Investigators tell me the driver is a wanted felon out of Georgia, and the passenger, he's from Montgomery County. He's an ex-con with
Watch
a long
this.
history of getting into trouble.
Do we know what kind of nefarious things they might have been doing in your jurisdiction? I mean, what were they up to?
I don't. It's a little abnormal for the criminals to be out.
Look at Eric there. That's little baby face Eric there. He's a little baby face there. So that's the question, Babs. That's the question. He looks different there, doesn't he? When was this? I am new. I have no idea when it was. Is this recent? This is recent. He must have shaved his beard. He looks so young.
Out that early in the morning. Praise the good Lord that there was a good cop there to stop them from victimizing anybody else in Sumner County.
Sunday morning, February 16th, a Sumner County deputy pulls over this blue Mazda with a fake temp tag. When the deputy approaches, the car takes off, spinning out on this slick ramp.
The vehicle runs off the roadway, comes back behind the deputy, and ends up crashing out into a light pole.
This is what that wreck looks like. The car is now nose down. In the culvert, the front end badly damaged. Deputies determine the car's stolen out of Omaha, Nebraska, and both men are wanted by the law.
This is just a classic case of a good police officer having an instinct and an eye for crime. He noticed something was awry. He knew that the temp tag that he observed was fraudulent, and Oftentimes, there's a nexus to other criminal activity.
The driver, 33-year-old Daniel McFalls. He's wanted out of Georgia. His felonies include assault, theft, and drugs. The passenger, Ramon Dixon. He's got a
Ramon Dixon.
The criminal history. The ex-con was sentenced to 16 years in prison, convicted of aggravated robbery, kidnapping, and weapons charges. He now has active warrants in Montgomery County and Nebraska.
Our deputies' proactive policing and dedication to duty is what makes Sumner County so great. They put on their badge and their uniform, they leave their families, and they go out and try and make sure Sumner County is the safest community in Middle Tennessee. I want to commend them for their...
Tori, that's interesting. I never noticed that. CP said an emotional roller coaster since Sunday night. Well, it wouldn't have been since Sunday night if he wasn't home and you didn't know anything about Sebastian until Monday morning. Where did he say that at? On, was it Holly's? We might need to play that. Because KK, they always start out at Sunday. Always start out at Sunday. Yeah, we'll play it. We'll play it.
Their exceptional police work every day, not just on cases like this. They do stuff like this every day that just goes unnoticed.
Both suspects were taken to the hospital following the crash. Andy Cordan, News 2. In Montgomery.
If Ramon put on a turtleneck, never mind. I'll be quiet. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be nice. Thank you so much. Justin, look at the pic with the trees cut. I've got that pulled up. I'm going to show that. Thank you so much, Paper. Really do appreciate you, my darling. And thank you so much, Girl Mom, as well. In the video SF release that was possibly Sebastian, why don't we see a flashlight if KK says he left with a flashlight? How you doing? Good point. Good point. Good point. Sorry, first time I saw him, I was like, I was going to make a remark, but I'm trying to stay right with the Lord, y'all. Trying to stay right with the Lord. Okay. All right, let's pull up Holly's. Let's do that. Interviews. Here we go. I think it's... Why do you play double? One second. Okay, here we go. Wowzers.
Chat and ads that.
So first, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to come into your home to talk with you all. Obviously, everyone wants to hear what you have to say. And it's all about bringing Sebastian home and safely. So first, just express,
I think it's at the
I
very
can't
beginning.
even imagine as a parent what you two are going through. How would you describe the situation right now? How are you coping?
Watch her. She's going to look.
We're on a constant roller coaster ride of helpless and hopeless.
It doesn't say
and
Sunday.
many other emotions all in one, and it's a never-ending roller coaster. It doesn't stop. It won't stop until he walks through the door.
I wouldn't wish this on anyone.
He doesn't say Sunday there.
Not anymore.
I know we're about keeping hope alive. I'm sure that's in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if it's this interview. because he talks about it in this interview too. Wait, not that one. 1 second. Nope. Give me 1 second. Holly Thompson, Caitlin Miller. Okay. Might be this one.
Katie Proudfoot, Katie.
KK.
Proudfoot, Proudfoot.
Chris, Chris, last name's Proudfoot, Proudfoot.
So, I mean, first, just as parents, tell me what the last now over a week has been like for you two.
Horrible beyond words.
Holly.
This was an experience that I would have never dreamed would come. Honestly, I can't put words to how hard this has been and how much it hurts not knowing where my son is, where he's at, if he's okay. Just horrible is the best thing I can say.
What about for you?
Rewind.
It's rough. I mean, we were on.
Katie Proudfoot, Katie.
I didn't realize I jumped.
Proudfoot.
Chris, Chris, last name's Proudfoot, Proudfoot.
So, I mean, first, just as parents, tell me what the last now over a week has been like for you two.
Horrible beyond words. This was an experience that I would have never dreamed would come. Honestly, I can't.
Sorry, I was muted. So talking about the bike with Edgar. You know, in any sort of relationship, whether it's your parents, your mom, your dad, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, your kid, your aunt, your uncle, there's highs and lows in every relationship, right? And of course there were good times in that house. Of course there were good times. But just because there's good times doesn't mean bad things didn't happen. Doesn't mean there wasn't, 5 calls, right? And talk to Edgar's exes and they'll tell you.
Can't put words to how hard this has been and how much it hurts not knowing where my son is, where he's at, if he's okay. Just horrible is the best thing I can say.
What about for you?
It's rough. I mean,
it's rough.
We're on day 11, no answers. And the horrible things that people say just keep rolling in.
Yeah, no biggie. It's rough. It's rough. That always gets me because the first thing he talks about, it's rough. And then he talks about what people are saying. Not Sebastian. not where he is.
Regardless of taking time to consider the facts and, assumptions is what they're going off of. But I don't know. For us, we sit here and we wait. We wait and we wait, and hopefully we'll get an answer, or hopefully he walks through our door, which would be amazing.
I was going to say, how badly do you both want Sebastian to just walk through that front door to get that call?
You don't feel that it doesn't have any, in my opinion, it doesn't have any weight when he says something like that. You can tell he like turns his head. That would be amazing, right? There's nothing in it. Feels very hollow, in my opinion.
I'd give anything. In a heartbeat, I would give anything.
It's not measurable. Let's put it that way. There's no measurable. Anybody says, oh, it is. You've never sat in these shoes. You've never been in this situation. I don't ever wish for people to be in this situation.
Do you know where that was, where Edgar supposedly said
And
that?
what's Sebastian like? What's his personality like? What does he love to do?
He, for the most part, is happy. He likes to laugh and joke and tell you all about everything and then some. He loves games. He loves video games. He loves to play with his Legos.
I haven't got it yet, Tori. I'm waiting.
Even building things with me. We build little projects here and there, but he's always a character.
Are there any weird tendencies that he has that might be able to help people find him in this search?
I don't know how helpful to finding him, but he fidgets constantly. He loves shiny pennies, paper clips. He's always whenever we go to the grocery store, he always looks on the ground and looks under the register counter, and he's always looking for shiny pennies everywhere. Paper clips. He loves to bend them out of shape and play with them, fidget with them.
Tori, did you email it? Did y'all see this? Look at this. Did y'all see this? This is interesting. What does this even mean? Tell me what y'all think about this. You see that in his hat? What is that? The single cough bothers me. He got little hands. Oh, yes. Live, live. Why? Is it a brand? Is that a brand? Live, live? Someone sent it to me. I'm like, what is it? A pro signed it at an event. It is a pro golf hat, an autograph, perhaps. Soldier. Cheat note, just. Maybe Google image it. Yeah. My son has one. Header says, okay. Said evil. Said evil spelled backwards. Probably. Who knows? Did you send that to me, Tori? I didn't get it. Did you email it? Justin, listen to Holly Thompson at 122. She says, Chris said they have been at an emotional roller coaster since Sunday night. Chris doesn't say Monday morning. Okay. All right. Maybe. There it is.
things going on, and
We don't give one single dab. Thank you.
A missing teen in
You're
Sumner
welcome.
County described to us exclusively how they feel on day 8 of their son's disappearance. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Marius Payton.
And I'm Rogers, 25th full time. And since then, authorities have. She's live tonight in Sumner County. Holly, I imagine it was quite an emotional interview.
Certainly was. It is hard for any of us to imagine the emotions that this family is going through right now. But we know one thing is certain. They remain positive. They are holding on to hope that their son Sebastian will return home safely.
Can you walk us through what you're thinking right now?
I just want my baby to be okay. I don't know where he's at.
Mom Katie broke down several times in our interview, but says her hope is strong that her son Sebastian will be found safe and return home.
He's going to walk through that door, and this street will be flooded again with family and relatives all waiting to hug and love him. And
Stepdad Chris says it's been an emotional roller coaster that all started Sunday night, February 25th.
Pretty normal. He was playing in his room. When I told him to go to bed, he did.
Weird.
He said,
The
"Good
laugh.
night, Mom. I love you."
Katie says she went to wake up Sebastian around 6 a.m. Monday for school. And
She's
he was
shaking her head
gone.
there.
He said, "Good night, Mom. I love you."
Katie
Said goodnight, Mom. I love you.
says she went to wake up
in his room. When I told him to go to bed, he did. He said, "Good night, Mom. I love you."
Katie says she went to wake up Sebastian around 6 a.m. Monday for school.
Why does she
and he was
laugh?
gone. Within minutes, Katie says she was on the phone with Chris, who was working out of town, and they quickly called 911.
And he's not a runner. He's never run away before. I don't know why. I don't know why he walked out that door.
I mean, he's a good kid. He's not a mischievous child by any means.
Katie and Chris say Sebastian is not on social media. While he loves to play Minecraft, they tell me he does not have any online capabilities. I asked if there was any reason he might want to leave.
We've been combing over that day and even the weeks before he left, and
We've been combing over that day as well, is what I sent to. Oh, can you send it to the All Justice ALL? I rarely check the other one now. He says he's been crazy. I don't think he's said that yet.
out that door.
And they quickly called 911.
And he's not a runner. He's never run away before. I don't know why. I don't know why he walked out that door.
I mean, he's a good kid. He's not a mischievous child by any means.
Katie and Chris say Sebastian is not on social media. While he loves to play Minecraft, they tell me he does not have any online capabilities. I asked if there was any reason he might want to leave.
We've been combing over that day and even the weeks before he left, and I hadn't been able to figure it out. He's that morning he was laughing, he was joking.
It's as if Sebastian vanished. No sign of him on any video throughout the community. Thousands of miles logged by law enforcement, canines, helicopters, even dive teams, and no sign of him. Chris and Katie tell me they've been harassed, people pointing fingers at them.
You're not in this situation. You don't quite understand. I wish people would step back, take a different wide open view, and not assume what they know. It's just better to stick to the facts.
Are you both in the clear?
I can tell you that Mom, myself and the father have worked very fully and cooperatively with all agencies across the board. We have anything that they've wanted, we have provided.
What do you want to say to Sebastian? What do you want him to hear from you right now?
That we love you so much and we want you to come home and you're not in trouble.
Now, Katie did tell me that even though Sebastian does have autism, he is a smart teenager. He is highly functional. They say if you see him, say his name, say Sebastian, and he'll respond. He'll at least acknowledge you. And I can tell you, this is my home. This is my community.
Where he's at.
Mom Katie broke down several times in our interview.
All right,
And
did
says
you
her
send
hope
it?
is
Sorry.
strong that her
Check.
son Sebastian will be found safe and returned home.
He's going to walk through that door, and this street will be flooded again with family and relatives all waiting to hug and love him. And
Stepdad Chris says it's been an emotional roller coaster that all started.
Well, the thing about that is, right, even the weeks before he left, you think about that. We don't know. We don't know what it could be. We had a good day. We've been combing through, like, even the neighbors say this was rough. Like, it was a rough patch. Right? So would that be not a reason why he would walk out the door? CP is wearing a brand shirt, that brand shirt at the courthouse as well. Oh. Oh, thank you, September Virgo, darling. Thank you so much. Hey, love, much love and respect, Justice for Sebastian. Thank you, beautiful September. Really, really do appreciate you, my love. Good to see you. Hope you are well, my dear. CP is okay. I read that one. Fighting in the yard, allegedly. Yes. Remember, after 11 months, we found out they were over Sebastian and the behavior. Yep. I think one of the reasons he had to go was whatever happened at the poker party. I mean, it's very possible. We're going to get to the mob crew stuff here in just a little bit. I'm waiting for Tori to email me that. Did you email that, Tori, or text it maybe? Check this out behind sight. Yeah, I know a lot of people think someone just sent me something. I know a lot of people are very interested in that person in the yellow footage at the Texas Roadhouse. I'm not, personally. Just me personally, just me. I don't feel like it's anything related. Did I hear that right? He was laughing that morning. She did say he was laughing that morning, but she was referring to Sunday. She's referring to Sunday. That's what I'm saying. She starts everything out Sunday. Baby kisses. I can tell you 100. There's a few things that I can say 100% in this case. And one is KK's mom does not have Sebastian. They have been to her house multiple times. It's been called in multiple times. She is an RSO. So, which means she doesn't have the same constitutional rights that, normal, everyday, average Americans have. So they can go in her house without any sort of search warrant. And they have checked her house a few times. So KK's mom doesn't have Sebastian. She doesn't have him. Oh, mom looked like it to me. That seems somewhat rare for a It is. It is. I mean, is Touch a Class in here? Hey, girl. Good to see you. Did Tori email it yet? Let me see. Okay, I guess Tori's not here. I don't know what happened. All right, so maybe I should just go ahead and start the mob. Oh, that's what I promised I was going to do before I do that. This is when I was there the other day, right? Someone said, look at the bushes. They said they were trimmed. That will be yeah, they were definitely trimmed, weren't they? New post from At Night, really? Yeah, net detective, her mom's in Virginia. Okay, let me look at that. I mean, At Night. Damn, Nick has not been on X in a minute. At Night Private Intelligence Agency. Okay. Yeah, I think they're quiet regarding, I don't know, probably the lawsuit, I would say. I haven't not talked to Nick in a minute. False sightings and the importance of responsible reporting in the search for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, March 4th, 2025. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, a 16-year-old from Hendersonville, Tennessee, has been missing since February 25th, 2024, prompting an extensive, it should just be February 25th, Nicholas, in my opinion, prompting the extensive effort involving the FBI, TBI, and private entities. At Night is aware of false rumors circulating on social media regarding an alleged sighting of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. The reports are not credible and do not reflect new developments in the case. We have already investigated the specific lead, which was handed over to law enforcement months ago, all caps. Authorities rapidly respond to the reported location, Motel 6, making it impossible for any suspect to evade. Law enforcement made direct contact with the young man resembling Sebastian, and after reviewing his identity, an image was shown to Mr. Rogers' investigators on the ground. It was determined he was not Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Naming individuals as suspects based on speculation is dangerous. It can create serious harm. For Sebastian, who may be in an entirely different location, needing real leads to be acted on immediately. For innocent individuals who may have no knowledge of the case, no connection to Sebastian, and no involvement in any crime. We urge the public to stop taking leads to social media first. Look at what happened to look at what happened to Summerall's case when potential leads were all shared online before being vetted. It led to an overwhelmed flood of 500 to 1,000 false tips, each of which required law enforcement to investigate, delaying real progress. From FBI alone, more than 100 agents, intelligence analysts, and support staff from across the state have been involved in the case. TBI agents working along the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office and the FBI have conducted nearly 170 interviews during the investigation. That does not count the hundreds of phone calls have made following up tips reported law enforcement that were the result of non-factual information posted on social media June 14, 2023, when a lead is reported correctly by dialing 911, contacting Sumner County, FBI, or NCMEC in the following paths. And it just says how to report it. This case has seen multiple reward offers, with FBI announcing a $50,000 reward in August 2024. FBI announcement: Dog the Bounty Hunter at Dog the Bounty Hunter joined the search efforts in September of 2024, initially raising the reward to $100,000, and has since increased it multiple times, accumulating $347,000 reward as of February 24th, 2025. Posting unverified claims online doesn't help. It only makes the search harder. We appreciate the public's concern and ask for responsibility in how information is shared, so that every effort remains focused on bringing Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers home. Every second counts. If you see something, report it properly to law enforcement and act immediately. At Night operates independently, is an independent entity, and is not affiliated with any law enforcement agencies, including FBI, local police departments. Any reference to law enforcement is our material or communication are for context only and do not imply any partnership, endorsement, or authority.
This is RNC at 323 Colorado Street at the Motel 6. Caller advised they have possibly seen Sebastian Rogers on the second floor of the building. Advised someone was with him and they rushed a teenage boy into the room. 14, thermite authorities, can you repeat? I've got 44 dispatch.
50 to Central. I'm zone 2, but is that in Goodlettsville or Millersville City?
14, you want me to start in that way? Yes, please. It's in Goodlettsville. Maybe Steve Goodlettsville's better unit. Roger, thank you. 50, you go with it.
So,
Advised they were last seen going into room 112.
10-4, so they supposedly saw him, took a picture, and then left the scene to call it in?
Central 50, that's a negative. Caller advised she is an investigator. She has 2 PIs on scene. They are the ones taking a picture. Advised they are sending to her. PIs are going to be on scene.
10-4.
That's 10-4. 50, good, sir.
Show me on scene with Goodlettsville.
Okay. So there is that. That was Sumner County Dispatch. During then, yeah, they've been rather quiet lately, to say the least. All right. Holly said she. Okay, it was at 1 minute and 20. You said 1 minute and 22 seconds. Okay. Thank you, Tori.
Much for joining us.
Kate.
Love him. And
Stepdad Chris says it's been an emotional roller coaster that all started Sunday night, February 25th.
There we go. That all started. Chris tells her. There we go. Gotcha. There we go.
Turn home.
he's going to walk through that door, and this street will be flooded again with family and relatives all waiting to hug and love him. And
Stepdad Chris says it's been an emotional roller coaster that all started Sunday night, February 25th.
Pretty normal. He was playing in his room.
How did anything start Sunday night? Nothing could have started Sunday night. Right? Everything was fine. Everything was fine. Okay. I want to go to the mob crew. And look at something. I want to talk about something here. I think I have it. Okay. About the neighbor. Well, about some sources that we have. I think it's right here. Credit goes to our friend and yours, Chris, from the Mob Crew. Link is provided in the description. Mods, please, if you would be so generous and drop the Mob Crew.
Not possible because that area is not visible in the footage. My ass. As for the lights, we will leave for that everyone to decide on their own.
There you go. That was the message. You are so welcome. Hold on. There's something I want to.
And I'll kind of expand on it as we listen to it, and I'll try to kind of answer some questions and get to chat here.
Island, they need to prosecute the scene in there. So one thing I do know and I heard from people who were around there is
because this he's listening to our friend Jay from Crime Time Buzz, and I can talk about both of the situations at the same time because we're listening to her and him. So
and we had Hendersonville police neighbor who was off duty but was at the command post and riding around with law enforcement.
Okay, so just to kind of explain this, since it's already
now that there are law enforcement in that neighborhood. There is law enforcement. There's retired law enforcement, active law enforcement that is on reserve, if you will. And if you listen to the dispatch or the CBs or whatever the hell they are that morning, it says that there's a law enforcement officer here helping us. I believe that's something to that effect.
out there and on Twitter and everything. So the Hendersonville Ellie, that is the neighbor that lives behind. So let me I always try to have my Google Maps ready. One second. Let's just kind of. Why is that? How come that address? It used to always be right at the top. No, it's not. That's weird. Okay, so we have Sebastian.
Oh, listen, I know Jay and Mob Crew talks to people in that area because I'm almost certain we share some of the same sources. So absolutely.
Sebastian Rogers' home. Make sure you guys can see that okay. And so we have Sebastian Rogers' home, and then we have the neighbor behind them, right? And again, the cat's kind of out of the bag, so I'm just kind of giving a little bit of, just kind of explaining what she's talking about. But apparently this homeowner is a Hendersonville PD. I think they work part-time. I don't want to get into too much specific information, but
yes, Mohawk.
I think a lot of this was already been speculated and talked about. So I know some of you are probably not too surprised about this, but some of you may not have heard this. But so keep in mind, this is very interesting. There could be a connection or not, but there are some very odd things that this guy had done.
That's huge. And the reason that's huge is allegedly he's connected to Katie in some way. KP,
Allegedly. Right? So keep in mind, this is all alleged. Of course, we try to stick with facts, but again,
alleged.
This is something I've heard a long time ago.
In the beginning, since literally the beginning of Sebastian going missing, week 1, we heard whispers, rumors, not a fact, that allegedly the mother was having an alleged extramarital outside, of the marriage. Now, is it true or not? Nothing has been, nobody has came out and said anything. I don't know. But it makes you wonder how something like where that comes from. You know what I mean? Where that comes from. That's right, Brenda. Bumpin' Uglies. That's right. Because you don't normally hear something like that in a missing persons case. Unless, you know, there someone in that neighborhood, if that is true, knows. Right? Someone in that neighborhood would probably have to know. And that has been the rumor for sure. Now, you know, the other alleged thing that has been brought up is that night, allegedly, Edgar and KK had an argument. Because of an alleged
And there was
extramarital
some
affair.
very, I don't know if disturbing is the right word, but very interesting. Apparently, he was at the command center. I'm going to get too specific, and seen some things.
Okay. So he's also the one who their backyards connect, and he has night vision.
Can you just see, you know, KK out in her backyard one day, you know, trying to get a tan, and the neighbor in their backyard, he's flipping burgers. Hi, nice to meet you. Charmed, I'm sure. You know, it happens very innocently. It can, you know, things can happen, right? You never know. You never know. We are talking Desperate Housewives here.
Cameras, audio, everything. Okay. So what I want to tell you is when it became an Amber Alert,
Not
they
today.
did indeed have.
Oh,
Now,
dear.
if they did not have it in 24 hours, by 72 hours, they for sure had the footage. They saw the footage.
Yeah, and
Really,
explain
Peter's
the
guy.
72 hours. I think a lot of people have talked about that. I think that just kind of, because I know even SF had kind of said, why did it take 72 hours to get the footage? I'm sure what probably happened is they probably got most of it within the first 2 days, but then, you know, there was probably maybe a person out of town where it took, an extra day to get access to, other people's, but I'm sure they had.
Oh, don't we have an announcement? Cassandra is here. There she is, my little Cassie. She's so cute. Thank you, Cassie. 8 months coming in close. How you doing, girl? Makes me wonder if this was KP wanted Sebastian gone for another man, not CP. Susan Smith, ring a bell. Ooh. 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 You got a point. You got a point. You know, this is the thing that I've always said, right? In my opinion, just my opinion, based upon the way that they have behaved, the way that they have changed their stories, they're not being proactive in their child's case, in my opinion. They've allegedly lawyered up, all the above, all of that. I've always, in my opinion, felt like they know more. In my opinion. But, we've talked about filicide in other cases. And the top reasons for filicide, which is, I'm not saying that's happened in this case, but we're just talking in general, that filicide is whenever a parental unalives their own offspring. Is number one, they want revenge on their husband or ex of some sort to get back at them. B, they want, they do it because, my mind just literally just went blank. What was the second one? God, I'm such an airhead sometimes. Oh, they feel like the child would be better off. Sometimes there's an illness. Sometimes they feel like they would be better off than, to not, be unalive, than to face the world without them, or with their other parent, or whatever. If I can't have you, nobody can. Sometimes it is because, like the Susan Smith, they unalive them because they want to be with someone else and they can't kind of bring them along, if you will. Good point, Cassie. Thank you so much, my dear. Hey, Jill, thank you so much. PP, he is not a good kid, not mischievous. Now he has ODD. Praise, yes. Yes. That's exactly right. Bingo. She gets another applause. Jill gets another applause. Make that make sense. He's a good kid, not mischievous. But now he's got ODD. Right. Someone that has, ODD, obviously it's a disorder, but there would be some mischievous parts to that, because of the acting out, not in a, I don't know. That is right on point. That is right on point. Thank you for that, Jill. Very, very good point. Very good point. Thank you for being a member as well. Terry F. coming in clutch. How you doing, Terry? How you doing, honey? Hello, Justin, Mads, and Jack. Thank you so much, Terry. So good to see you. Really do appreciate your support, dear Terry. Thank you, my love. It's me, Jen. Hello. Hello. Surely I'm late. No, ma'am.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You are late. It's me, Jen, to the office, please. You're being paged. It's me, Jen, to the office, please. You are being paged. We need a late slip for Jen. Don't let it happen again. You sounded like that might hurt. Yes. Hold on. Where is it? Where's my button? Now watch me whip, whip. Now watch me nay nay. Watch me whip, whip. Now watch me nay nay. Here with some extra. Thank you, Mohawk. Thank you. Thank you so much. We only need 149 more likes. Come on, y'all. I just whipped a nay-nade for
Had
you.
like a good majority of the footage within the first 48 hour time frame, and I'm sure just kind of there was some more that was just coming in.
They knew the sedan had pulled up. They knew Sebastian did not walk out of the home on his own. They knew Sebastian had been removed from the home. They knew it was not a stranger. And I know this to be true because locals have told me they were told it wasn't a stranger, that they didn't have to be feared. But not all of the public was told that, my friends. Just
Now, the stranger part, I have not heard that. Not discrediting Jay from Crime Time Buzz. Again, I think we have some same sources, and then I think she has some of her sources. So, but again, a lot of what she says is stuff that I heard, and I've sat on because I respect the people that told me that, and that was kind of something they didn't want to, at least at that time, they didn't know if they could share that kind of stuff. But right now it's out there, so I figured I can elaborate on that.
little pieces from people who, heard. Okay. They knew this. So when Mr. and Mrs. E released the other night that local officials, elected officials, detectives are telling them that they know what happened to Sebastian and who's responsible, I totally believe them because I've heard the same thing. Okay. Command post chatter. That was
hold on. Let me go back. Sorry, I was reading that.
They knew
That's
Sebastian
interesting
did
'cause
not
I love Jason Jensen.
Every time they say Jason Jensen, I think it's me. Thank you so much, Tori. Wrong button, sorry. Thank you so much, Tori. Justin, it was great meeting you. I just wish I hadn't been sick and made it on time. You're praying your recovery quickly. Thank you so much, my darling. It was great meeting you as well. Really do appreciate you. My skin was so dry that day. My face was freaking red. I had a horrible allergic reaction. It was coming out. It was like I had to go get not a antihistamine shot.
Yeah, he's a PI. He's a very respectable PI. I'm sure some of you, if you follow true crime, you've probably heard of Jason Jensen. Yeah, I have much respect for him.
I remember those words. Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting because he would be somebody that's around in our community that could help on, not in Sebastian, but with the
Kiki. Do you love me? Are you writing? Sorry, I couldn't help it.
case I was talking about in the beginning, Inclune. But yeah, thank you for sharing that. Okay.
Come on.
Walk out of the home on his own. They knew Sebastian had been removed from the home. They knew it was not a stranger. And I know this to be true because locals have told me they were told it wasn't a stranger, that they didn't have to be feared. But not all of the public was told that, my
Yes. This is
friends. Just little pieces
Listen
from
to this.
people who, heard. Okay. They knew this.
That's right. Remember, they never said, lock up your kids, lock up, this, any of that, right? They never said that. And they did tell a few neighbors that there was no risk. No risk. Which, in my opinion, is a big thing.
So when Mr. and Mrs. E released the other night that local officials, elected officials, detectives are telling them that they know what happened to Sebastian and who.
And let me tell you something. I trust Mr. and Mrs. and Aunt E and all the E's 1,000%. 1,000%. They are wonderful people, and they're locals. And they have, some connections that, people talk. Um, and, there are officials, let's say, that have kind of spoken out, even, one of my sources, who is a local, who is very well connected, we'll say, has said very similar things. Now the pack are going. Oh, bless Mr. and Mrs. Z. They're, bless them.
Who's responsible? I totally believe them because I.
And so she's talking about Mr. E's Crime Cast, and I do love them. I love that. I love their what they got going on, and especially it's not just like me. It's just me. Whereas it's kind of a family thing. And the one thing is you got with us, we're not actual just and just but I think they do have some sources that are probably connected to law enforcement.
Said that
Yes.
they're going to have a hard time bringing him home if they will be able to.
Now, I have not heard that from any of my sources, but I will say one thing on that. If anyone familiar around Sebastian did something to Sebastian, for example, when Edgar kind of talks about, like they may never find him, there's that. But I'm just saying whether or not they find Sebastian or not, I believe that there will be a resolution to this one way or another. I do believe that there will be a resolution. I do. I absolutely do. What are you doing? What are you saying, Kelsey? Cash me outside. How about that? Kelsey said. I feel what that means is by now we would. Yeah. I think he will be found. I think he will be found. Crazy Country Gal, let me. Where's Trishy at? Let me text her. To the office, please. I just text Trishy to the office. They are dirtying their pants now. Mr. and Mrs. E, they're the nicest people that you could ever meet. They really are the nicest people that you could ever meet. I think he'll be found if someone turns on someone else. Where is Trishy? I haven't seen her today. She just messaged me, what's up? Have you heard anything from Peter? Guys, tomorrow, we'll finish some of this stuff tomorrow, but tomorrow, I am going to do my absolute best. Okay, she has not heard, she says. Okay, she was here earlier. Yeah, troopers, it's crazy. but I'm going to do my absolute best to be live twice tomorrow because there is some cases that need attention. And we're going to start covering some new cases as well as Sebastian. But I'm really going to try to start going live twice a day or at least every other day. Twice a day. And it will be probably around 11 a.m. Eastern. 11 a.m. Eastern. So we're going to be covering some new cases. I want to try to start. I want to do some cases on minorities that don't get a lot of coverage. And I also want to cover some cold cases that are out there. I think there's cold cases that the public could absolutely solve. If some like really old cases out there that if law enforcement would work with people, I think they could, there's some out there that could be solved. I really do. So there's that. So yeah. He was long as curly blonde hair. So we're gonna do some of that. I need to sing happy birthday. Hey mom ended up. Good to see ya. Birthday wishes for Holly and Wendy. All right, let's sing happy birthday to Miss Holly and Wendy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just kidding. Happy birthday to Holly and Wendy. The world is your oyster. It's up for you to find the pearl. And you have found them right here from all of us from Maryland and Clutch Them Pearls. This is my rendition. I don't put a lipstick on. Of Happy Birthday, Mr. President. That the late great Marilyn Monroe sang to JFK. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Holly and Wendy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Holly, Wendy. Happy birthday. May the Lord bless you and keep you always. Thank you all so much for joining me. The pleasure has been all mine. To remind you getting out of the car. I've already sang happy birthday, but remind me in the very beginning tomorrow, Mohawk. Remind me in the very beginning. In the very beginning of the live. That way, we can talk about that. Dang, I forget. Oh, thank you, Momming It Up. There you go, darling. Thank you, baby. Love you. I got to meet Momming It Up. Got to meet Momming It Up. She is a sweeties as well. Thank you, Momming It Up. Really do appreciate you. Thank you all so much for your kindness, your support. Really, really love you, Pearls. You guys are amazing. I mean, amazing as it gets. You guys are awesome. Go take care of yourself. Go make some nice cup of tea or something. Get on your night pajamas. Wash your face. Put your hair up. And just relax. Life is short. Life is short. Remy is sleeping. And you don't wake a sleeping monkey. You don't wake a sleeping monkey. Do you realize, wait, what? The baboons that we have to deal with on YouTube every single day. It's exhausting. Justin, can you do your live earlier tomorrow by chance? What time, Lori? What time? Depends. It is Maurice. It really is. I mean, I'll try to do it around anywhere from 5:30 to 6. That's about as early as you get me, girl. They didn't find Dane, but it's pretty, yes, blue eyes, exactly. Hold on to your loved ones. It seems like they're in recovery mode. Sorry, Justin, I was away from my computer phone taking care of my mini bosses. You know, we're portable. All you got to do is sit your little phone in your pocket and you'll hear a little voice, mine, coming out as well. Just like the kids yapping, I'll be yapping too out of your pocket. Mom, why do you always have Justin on? All right, guys. Love you all. Appreciate you. You guys are amazing, amazing, amazing. I will see y'all later, Gators. After a while, crocodiles. Good night. God bless.